Hey, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakudash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. The title of this lesson is going to be The Same Must Know It After Death by Pain, right? So the individuals who negated this truth, the individuals who scoffed and scorned against this truth, the Lord is going to keep them blinded until the missiles come, until the day of reckoning, until the day of destruction, right? And we don't feel a way about it, right? We have the hope for like the prophets, the men that have been out there sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We're not going to feel no type of way about it. Our emotions is out of it, because it's just business, it's just business. And we understand that 2/3 is going to come back in the kingdom anyway, right? But you're going to die on this side. Those of you who do not believe, those of you who are walking out of order, being mischievous in the faith, the same must know it after death by pain, right? And let me start with 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. That's right. We have the hope for elect. The Lord is going to allow us to come up out of this place, unscathed, because we're putting in this work. We out there in the highways and byways, we're doing our shows, and we exhibiting faith. We don't bow down to the chip. That's us indicating the faith wherein we believe. It says, shall be preserved from the said perils. What are some of the said perils? A famine, pestilence, plagues. What are some of the perils? The missiles, the sea hit, beast newly created. The Lord's going to preserve us from all of that. It says, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. So it's talking about the Israel. The Lord is going to bring us back into Israel. It says, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. That's right. The Lord has chosen his men from the beginning. So here it is. We're just walking in our lot. We're doing what the Lord programmed us to do. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's right. So 2/3, y'all going to be in a pitiful case. Y'all going to be starving now, by the famine. Y'all going to be eaten by beasts newly created. Y'all going to be suffering, from pestilence, going through pain and agony. Y'all going to be destroyed by the missiles. It says, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's right. Because a lot of you hate the ways of the Lord because you continue to do wickedness. This thing is an action-based program, so to speak, right? This is an action-based program, so to speak. So you showcase your hate by the actions in which you do. You showcase your hate in response to what we say. So the Lord's going to have you dwell in torments, and the ultimate torments are those missiles. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. That's right, they despised the way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They despised the way of the Lord. And because they want to do their own thing, they don't want structure, they don't want guidance, they don't want peace. Essentially, so what? At the end of the day, they're going to continuously go against it. It's like that toxic woman, that toxic woman that loves drama and that don't like peace. She's always going to create a problem. That's 2/3 of our people to the Lord. They love creating problems. It says the same must know it after death by pain. So the only solution, to the behavior of a wicked individual is to kill him. Get him out the way, destroy him, right? Disown him. And that's what the Heavenly Father's doing. 13, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. And we just follow the scriptures. That's who we are concerned about. We're concerned about the elect. We're not concerned about 2/3 of our people in these latter days, which is not. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That's right, great miseries. The scriptures are specific, man. The times that we approaching have never been seen nor known to man. So how can one even prepare for that? They talking about, radiation medicine and shit like that. Man, that shit ain't gonna do nothing. The hell? That shit ain't about to do nothing. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. This is the warning, and we out here issuing out the warning, and if you don't want to take the warning, well, that's on you. You're going to be miserable in that day. We can't say the same is going to go for us, because the Lord shows us the difference. Let's get it. It says, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open. Talking about the scriptures, secondarily, the kingdom. For unto you is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, And that's how we feel. We are at peace. We're just waiting for the physical manifestation of that peace in the kingdom of heaven. But we have to get the knowledge first. So that's why we understand the scriptures for ourselves first. And then we hit the highways and byways to see who's willing to reconcile with the Lord, So pride is what's going to get a lot of people killed out here, because what they feel as though the way they living is right. They feel as though the way they living is right, but they going to be in for a rude awakening, right? Rude awakening. Let me get Zechariah. What's that? Let me see. Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. This is the same as know it after death by pain, man. This is what you saw on the movie Terminator when those missiles came. It was the Sarah Connor when she had that vision. This is what's coming to America. This is what's coming to America, and we're so close, and people still don't see it. That's the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. For something to be so close and so prevalent, and people still can't see it. That's why distractions are important. Primarily social media. And here it is, the truth is on social media. It's wild, man. It's all praises Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for keeping his word. This is Isaiah chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. And we see that weekly. It says, make the heart of this people fat, which is the mind, and make their ears heavy. Why? So they can't hear. And shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes. Because the Lord blinded you so you can't see the truth. It says, and hear with their ears. He made you deaf so you can't hear this truth, spiritually deaf. You can hear what somebody is saying, but you can't understand what somebody is saying. You know what I'm saying? It says, and understand with their heart, which is their mind, and convert and be healed. The Lord got certain people blinded so he could destroy them. The Lord just don't want certain people healed, man. It's like two people could have cancer. One person could heal from that cancer, and another person could die by that cancer. We was all, wounded at a point in time. But what? Certain of us became healed by what? Receiving this truth, by having faith. And then there's going to be some that's just going to die. never getting healed. So that indicates the Lord is not all love. It said, then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. That's how long people are going to be blinded for, man. That is how long people are going to be blinded for. Till the missiles come. Till the missiles come. Let me get Malachi 4. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's right. That time is coming when it's going to burn as an oven. You know how hot an oven is? It is. That's the comparison Malachi was able to make it, from back in the days. That day is going to be hot as an oven. You set an oven on broil, you start hearing whatever food you cooking start sizzling. And if you touch the aluminum pan without a glove, you burning yourself. How much more, those missiles? Here it is, aluminum. Aluminum is an element, right? We know what the scriptures say about elements. Let's get it. 2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, the missiles, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Everything that's in this society is going to melt. You can only imagine how hot that is. If aluminum doesn't melt in an oven when you're cooking, how hot do you think the missiles is going to be? It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? You better be on your best behavior. You know what I'm saying? We deal to the best of our abilities, and that's why it's important to be in a safe zone of this truth. Because the Lord's going to hedge brothers. The Lord's going to shield brothers. The Lord said, the Lord encampeth around them that fear him. Fear is in what? Doing what he told us to do. Following his commandments. It says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So that's what we in it for. That's what we waiting for. That's what we longing for, the kingdom of heaven. But we understand this place has to be destroyed before the kingdom of heaven is established. That's our faith. So the same must know it after death by pain. You can have all the pride you want now, but it's going to be followed and backed by pain, death, suffering, agony. That's what the Lord got coming. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.